Alright guys, just San here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be checking out the new Dokkan Fest Yamcha. He did just come out on JP, and I highly recommend you do not summon on his banner, as there's just better stuff coming out, but we are still going to check him out and see how good he can be looking. We got his details pulled up right here because my server, or my private server, has not yet translated his details, so I do still want to go over them though, as I do in most videos, but keep in mind you can just skip around to the showcase because there are timestamps in the video. So yeah, before we get into it, just make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So starting off with his leader skill, it is Warriors Raised on Earth or Sand Saga, category Ki +3 and HP attack and defense plus 170%. And then he gets an additional HP attack and defense plus 30% for characters who belong into the Earthlings or Turtle School category. So this is pretty much covering, well, not pretty much, this is covering every single Goku and a lot of Gohans and a lot of Krillins and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, this is just a good leader skill overall, right? I mean, obviously, Sand Saga isn't really that good of a category, but Warriors Raised on Earth, let's just look at this for a second. This is a very good category. This has every Goku for the most part. This has a lot of Gohans. We even got Hercules in here. We got a Tien in here. We even have Goten and Gohan, or Goten and Trunks, excuse me. And yeah, we got a Grandpa Gohan right there. I mean, just the variety is it's a big variety, I'll say that. So this is a very good category. Look at that, we even got some Heroes units in here. So honestly, this is an amazing category. So the fact that he is leading this for 170, and he also has the 200% to Turtle School or Earthling, it really just helps. It helps us be a very viable team because most people on here are getting that full 200% leader skill. So for sure, really good leader skill right there. And then for his super attack effect, he raises attack for 1 turn, and then he causes immense damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy. So no defense right there, which is a little bit unfortunate, but the fact that he's getting that high chance to stun the enemy obviously makes him very good for events like Super Battle Road, and honestly, just any event you can stun in, right? So for sure, pretty good there. And then for his passive skill, he activates the entrance animation once only. He gets Ki +2, attack and defense plus 150% for 4 turns from start of turn, with another 5 or more Warriors Raised on Earth category allies on the team at the start of character's attacking turn. So basically, when you first see him, as long as you have 5 Warriors Raised on Earth category allies on the team, then you are going to get that 2 Ki and extra 150% attack and defense, which, I mean, that's a pretty big number, right? So I think getting this activated should for sure be a priority when running this guy. But as long as you have him as the leader, I mean, I really don't think you're going to have trouble getting this activated, right? I mean, because Warriors Raised on Earth, as we already saw, is such a crazy category. So for sure, pretty easy right there to get that. And then he gets just a base of 2 Ki and 150% attack and defense. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 30% with each attack performed up to 150%. And then he gets a medium chance of performing a critical hit, a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack. He launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. He launches another additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack within the same turn after evading an attack. And then he gets a chance of evading enemies' attack plus 10% with each super attack performed within the same turn. So I do want to specify that this 10% right here, 10% chance to evade with each super attack performed, keep in mind it's separate and does not stack with his initial high chance of dodging. So this is actually a completely separate thing that will proc depending on how many super attacks you get. So let's say you get 3 super attacks off, right? You get the base super attack, obviously, and then you get both additionals. That means you have an additional 30% chance to dodge separately from your 50%. So if that 50% chance to dodge does not proc and you don't dodge, then you have a 30% chance to dodge that attack. And then if that doesn't proc, then it's just down to your hidden potential system, which I mean, that's just up to however you decided to build him. But still pretty good, because obviously the more chance to dodge, the better, right? I mean, he has a high chance to dodge just initially as well, so that's pretty reliable. I think you can rely on that in a lot of difficult content. Obviously, if the enemy cancels dodge, then you could kind of run into an issue. But I mean, looking at how much defense he gets in his passive, 150 right there, 150 right there, 150 right there. I mean, I really don't think that you're going to be looking bad defensively with this guy to the point where you need to dodge to survive with him. So, I mean, really looking good right there in his passive. I mean, I gotta say, the only thing I don't like is that how he doesn't have any tech. I guess dodging is kind of a tech, actually, and he does have crits and additionals built in, but he doesn't have any damage reduction guard or anything like that. But I mean, I don't really think it's that big of a deal because, like, this guy still looks like he's going to be very crazy. And also, he doesn't get any defense on his super attack, but again, he looks like he's going to be pretty crazy. I really don't think that those things are going to affect him that much, but typically when characters do not have any guard, damage reduction, defense on super attack or anything like that, that usually does make them a little bit worse. But I think this Yamcha is, of course, an exception because his raw stats are just so high that I really think you're going to be okay. But yeah, moving on to his active skill, he causes ultimate damage to the enemy, and within the turn activated, all attacks are guaranteed to hit. So a little bit different than how they normally do active skills. I think lately they've been giving a lot of units guaranteed crits, which is for sure a lot more useful than this, but I mean, I guess it's still pretty nice they gave him something. It's not just the active skill and that's it, and it's just some damage. He is guaranteed to hit all the attacks in that turn, so I mean, I guess that is for sure pretty nice. And then the condition for it is that it can be activated after evading 4 or more attacks during battle, or when all allies attacking in the same turn are warrior raised on Earth. So I think it's pretty obvious this is probably one of the best active skill conditions in the game, because most of the time when you're running this Yamcha, you're going to be running him next to warriors raised on Earth category allies, not only to get this restriction in his passive, to get that extra key in attack and defense, but he's just going to work better with units on that category, right? So for sure, the fact that that is his active skill condition is very good. And in the off chance you're not running him on a warriors raised on Earth team, you only need to evade 4 attacks, and then bam, you can use the active skill. So pretty good right there. As far as his links go, though, they're not really as impressive. He has Turtle School, Solid Support, Infighters, Z-Fighters, Kamehameha, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. Don't get me wrong, Fierce Battle, Kamehameha, Shocking Speed are all very, very good links, but Z-Fighters is going to be a little bit more difficult to activate. Infighters is going to be a little bit more difficult to activate, and Solid Support in Turtle School are going to be kind of difficult to activate as well. So, I mean, nothing's really wrong with these links in particular, like by what they're doing. I mean, Turtle School gives 20% attack and defense, which is very, very good. And then Solid Support, you get some attack. Infighter, you get some attack. And then Z-Fighters, you get some attack. But it's just how often you're actually going to be getting the link active makes it to where it's a little bit, it's not as useful as the other links, I should say that. But for sure, it's still pretty nice he has them. I mean, as long as you're running him next to the right person, you will get them activated. So, pretty alright with links. And then for his categories, he has Worthy Rivals, Kamehameha, Earthlings, Turtle School, Sand Saga, and Warriors Raised on Earth. So, I mean, most of the time you're just going to be running him on the Warriors Raised on Earth team, but maybe you could slide him in some of these teams and still have that restriction with the other Warriors Raised on Earth category. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it with this guy. These are his stats right here, rainbowed, and we are going to be checking him out rainbowed, so these are going to be his stats. Yeah, that is it. Let's go ahead and cut to when we are in the Legendary Vegeta event. Okay, guys, so we are here in the Legendary Vegeta event. We did not get him on the first rotation, but we did KO the enemy, so I'm going to go ahead and click this, and now we can see his entrance animation. Okay, so pretty basic compared to a lot of the other ones, I'd say, but, I mean, still pretty good. So we did end up getting both Yamchas in the first rotation. You know what? Let's just go ahead and pop an active skill. Okay, so 269k defense, not the craziest, but you got to keep in mind we only have one link active right here, and he does build up, of course, and we have not built up at all. So, yeah, I mean, I know it is the first rotation right here, but might as well just pop. I mean, at least one of them, right? So, I'm not really expecting a crazy amount of damage, but I just want to get the animation in the video. I gotta say, though, this looks really clean. Like, for a Yamcha, I'd say they nailed his animations. I was really expecting it not to be as good, especially because with how the Resurrection F Blues, who just released on Global, I mean, their animations aren't horrible by any means, but I would argue Yamcha's animations are probably better. So the fact that they gave better animations to a Yamcha than a Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta, it kind of baffles me. But anyway, so a little over 3 million attack stat right there. Do keep in mind we have that 50% chance to do an additional. We have a 30% chance to crit. And then I believe we did evade that first attack. So we also have a 50% chance to do another one after this. And we did crit on that too as well. So, I mean, really solid damage right there. Yeah, I mean, not really much else to say. We just gotta build up with him to see him look really crazy. But of course, you got to keep in mind, he's doing so much because he has the crits that are built in, which it is only a medium chance, but still better than nothing. And then he does have that 50% chance to do an additional super attack. And then if you dodge an attack in slot 1, he has that 50% chance to do another one after that. Which, I mean, the fact he's also raising attack for 1 turn, it really just makes it to where if you get all of these super attacks off, it's just going to rack up your damage. And the damage is just going to get insane. But keep in mind, we do also have that extra 150% attack and defense and 2 key. Because we do have 5 or more Warriors Raised on Earth category allies on the rotation. So, or on the team, I guess. So I am curious how far that would drop us down once we don't have that active anymore. Because, again, it is only for the first 4 turns. But anyway, so right here we have a pretty good rotation. Support-wise, it's pretty good at least. We only have 3 links active, though, unfortunately. But, again, support-wise, we are looking pretty good. 440k. That's a pretty big jump. I know we're looking pretty good here just because of the support we have, but 440k is still a very, very good defensive stat with a 50% chance to dodge. And do keep in mind that's just going up the more super attacks we get. Well, right now, we're not gonna really get... We're only going to get 1 super attack off, but 7.5 basically is still very, very good. Because, again, that medium chance to crit, the 50% chance to do an additional, and if we took an attack in slot 1 and if we evaded an attack in slot 1, then, yeah, we would have been able to just dodge it and take no damage, so. Okay, but a better turn right here as far as links goes. We are going to have 5 out of 7 links active. Wait. Okay, now we're going to have 5 out of 7 links active. And, we do got a good amount of support as well, but we have not built up with this guy as much as we have with the other Yamcha, so he's looking a little bit lower defensively. But I am still curious what he's going to get at because, I mean, from what I've seen so far, the Yamcha, this Yamcha is hitting some crazy numbers, right? I mean, we saw a 7.5 million attack stat last turn, and we are not fully built up, and we could have still had 2 more incoming, and we had the medium chance to crit. So, yeah, pretty serious. And we were getting that 30% attack on super attack as well, so every super was just going to rack up the damage, and honestly... this guy's looking pretty good so far, but I do want to see what he can get to defensively, because if he can't really look that good defensively, then I don't really think there's much value in him, because offensive units tend to be just ran in Dokkan less than defensive units. But we did get a pretty high attack stat right there, and it jumped up to 8.6 with the additional. That is a very, very big jump. Yeah, now we're evading attack. I don't know, man. I gotta say, that's really good because, I mean, that 50% chance to dodge, the medium chance to perform a critical hit, and the chances we have to do additionals, it's just all there. So, alright, so we lost a little bit of support, and I believe we also lost that 150% attack and defense from the first 4 turns, but we are still at 353k defense, which, with a 50% chance to dodge, is still for sure very, very good. We do have, I didn't mention him, we do have Yajirobe on the team as well. I'll probably do a showcase going over him more individually because he is probably the best banner unit of all time. And I don't think I'm exaggerating. I think he is actually the best banner unit of all time. But again, we'll worry about that in another video. But I'll say this just to kind of tease it. His support actually lasts for more than 1 rotation. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, 6.8 million attack stat. Pretty good. Nothing too crazy. But, I mean, medium chance to crit, 50% chance to do an additional. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see if we got a dodge before we super attacked right there. So, I don't know if we could have done 2 additionals. But, I mean, for sure, I mean, pretty good, right? Not really too much to complain about here. I mean, defensively, too, he's looking pretty good, right? 400k, I mean, that's not crazy. But with type advantage, that'll get you tank in double digits from a lot of these hard-hitting enemies. Even if he does get hit. But keep in mind, he has that 50% chance to dodge. So... him getting hit is going to be quite difficult. But okay, so I'm not even worried about giving a super attack to the Gohan. I'll give that to the Yamcha, and then I'll give that to the Gohan in slot 3. I should have checked his links. I think right here we have 5 out of 7 links again because the Gohan, the STR one, does actually share 5 out of 7 links. That's why I brought him, and he supports, so pretty good linking partner there. But a little over 5 million super attack right there, and we did get the crit, and we got the additional. Okay, so 6.4, pretty big jump up. I believe we have to do, what is it, to get him fully built up, we have to do about, like, 5 or 6 attacks, so, I mean, honestly, I could see this going by pretty quickly. before when we haven't fully built up is what I'm trying to say. But we are getting a lot of dodges here as well. We had a 7.7 million attack stat at the end there, so for sure good because we're getting those crits in too. So we're just doing a lot of damage. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say. This guy's just really good. I don't know if I would consider him the best TUR in the game. I think that might be... I don't want to say that's a stretch, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. I would say Gamma 2, or Gamma 1, excuse me, is for sure better than this guy, just because that 50% damage reduction is really crucial, because then you can just throw them in slot 1 in any event, even if they cancel dodging. But, I mean, I don't know, like, is this guy better than Kid Goku? I don't think, because Kid Goku is supporting, and he is he's supporting for damage reduction. So, I mean, that in and of itself is pretty crazy. So, I don't know if this guy's better than Kid Goku, but for sure he is really good. As we saw defensively right there, we are at 384k, which with the 50% chance to dodge and the amount of damage he's going to be doing right here, I would say that all flows together very nicely and makes for a pretty damn good unit. But, okay, Yajirobe taking a little bit of damage right there, but keep in mind this guy is meant to be floated off, so he's meant to be in slot 3. And he gets most of his defense on super attacks, so now I think we're going to be tanking double digits. Especially with the double super, we're going to be tanking double digits. Because keep in mind, he does actually massively raise defense on super attack, so an additional would just ensure double digits. But 8.9. Okay, I mean, 8.9 is pretty good. I would say now we are probably fully built up with both of them, so we can nuke with them in a minute. 10.6. That's high. That's a high attack stat, considering we have a 30% chance to crit. And, okay, we got the additional, not the super attack right there. But just considering all the super attacks we're doing, the crit chance, and honestly, our pretty high defense, right? I mean, we've got very high defense considering we have a 50% chance to dodge. And that only increases with the super attack, however many super attacks we get off. So, I mean, really good showing with the Yamcha right there. I don't know. Now that I've thought about it for a couple minutes, I don't really know if this guy is the... I don't know. Wait a minute. 500k defense with a 50% chance to dodge, and we only have one link active. Is this guy the best TUR in the game? This guy might be the best TUR in the game. I think you could argue Yamcha is the best TUR in the game. I really think you could. So, okay, 6.5, so that's not really crazy, but keep in mind we have one link active right here. Can we crit? Because if we can crit, he's just instantly dead. Okay, so 6.8. Yeah, when we do have that medium chance to crit, so come on, you wanna just proc for me real quick? Okay, no? Okay, alright, well, whatever, anyway. But yeah, still, I mean, other than this rotation, Yamcha just has been looking very good. Well, I mean, even in this rotation, defensively, he's still looking very good. 500k with a 50% chance to dodge is insane. Because, I mean, even if you do get hit, are you really going to be taking damage if it's not a super attack? I mean, of course, 500k is not nearly enough to tank super attacks from these difficult events. But, I mean, keep in mind, like, this guy's also int. So you could run him in Cell Max, and I really think this guy could survive a super attack fully built up in the Cell Max event, even if he does not dodge. So, okay, so right here we're at 488k defense. I think it's pretty safe to say we are fully built up with him. We have 5 out of 7 links active once more. Kamehameha and Turtle School are actually kind of some good links, so I don't really, you know, we could be looking a little bit better right here for sure, because I think Turtle School is 20% attack, and then Kamehameha is 25% attack, so in total, that's 45% attack we are missing out on, so we could be looking a lot better right here, but I'm going to go ahead and pop his active skill one more time, just to see it. I know we already saw the animation, but, I mean, to be fair, it looks really clean, so it won't really do any harm just seeing it one more time. And I am curious how much damage this could do now that we fully built up with this guy. Although we do have type disadvantage right here. But we did manage to crit, which again we have built into our passive, and we crit for 5.47 million damage, which is very good. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to pop a Ghost Usher, and then I'm going to nuke with this guy, and then we'll call it a video. But start of turn, we're at 476k defense, which, I mean, that's good. I can't... Because you got to keep in mind, he has that 50% chance to dodge. Like, I know I keep on mentioning it, but it really is that crucial. A 50% chance to dodge is a 50% chance to take no damage at all. And if you're not taking any damage, I mean, you know, that's just better, right? So, yeah, but really crazy showing from him. I gotta say, if he's not the best TUR, he is at least in the top 5. I would probably argue he is better than Gamma 2, but I don't know if he's better than Kid Goku and Gamma 1. I would maybe say that they might have the edge on this guy, but I don't know. I think it is very close if they do. So, I mean, I don't really care about this Dokkan mode right here. I just kind of want to see what the Yamcha is going to be looking like with this artificially enhanced rotation, I should say. As I say in every video, though, keep in mind that this is an artificially enhanced rotation. So, of course, this attack stat doesn't really count, but, I mean, 15.6 is still a pretty crazy number. Especially considering we have a 30% chance to crit, and we can do an additional right here, which we did get for 16.39. Can this crit? Because if this crits right here, I mean, this should take off a lot of his health bars. No, it didn't crit, but we still took off a lot of his health bars. Of course, the additional normal crit, but, I mean, yeah, honestly, overall, I would say Yamcha is a very, very good option. If you are a JP player, I do not recommend you summon on his banner. It really doesn't matter how good Yamcha could be looking. I think it's kind of known his banner is going to be bad. But, I mean, it is your stones. You do what you want to do with them. I'm just suggesting you don't summon because we do have superhero stuff up and coming, like Beast Gohan, Cell Max, Orange Piccolo, and also the 8th year anniversary is right around the corner for JP. So yeah, but that has been the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of this Yamcha down in the comments below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.